Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. This is your daily Horoscope for April 23rd, 2020. So we are here on April 23rd coming off of this new moon in Taurus, and the moon has progressed ahead here. And so this is where we're seeing Uranus sandwiched in between the sun and the moon here. And so there are a lot of unexpected feelings coming up from this, coming out of this. The moon is no longer on the sun, where we're putting this focus on these shifts and changes on a conscious level. There are deep emotional feelings here that need to be addressed, that are coming up due to these sudden changes and surprises coming up into this new space that we are entering into. And so there's a lot of emphasis here on newness, on creating something new. And hopefully for many of you out there, you're utilizing this new moon in Taurus in order to create something new here. So this is signaling a major time of new beginnings, fresh starts. And along with that, there is a death. Remember that we're going through this Pluto in Capricorn that we're going to see go in just 2 days here on Saturday, the 25th. We're going to see Pluto station retrograde. And so it's going to retrograde in a conjunction with Jupiter, where we're going to see these massive extreme changes internally on a deeper level. This is calling for us to look within and make these changes within ourselves. And so there's a big emphasis here on change. And once again, there is a huge focus on relationships. And this window here is closing as we're seeing Juno now starting to back out of this grand trine. So remember that we have this grand trine here of Venus in Gemini, Mars in Aquarius, and Juno in Libra. So big opportunity here for relationships, whether this is coming to a point of compromise within your relationship, letting go of a relationship that no longer serves you, or for some of you, this is entering into a brand new relationship. So we're seeing big things happen here as Venus is starting to get closer and closer to the point where it will station retrograde. And we're going to see that on May 13th. So this is the build up to this. We're also seeing the North Node here at 0 degrees of Cancer, where it's going to go ahead and enter into Gemini on May 5th. So with this, we are switching the karmic story. And if you'd like to know more about that, make sure to check out the video on the North Node in Gemini, South Node in Sagittarius. This is a brand new karmic story that we're entering into. And so the nodes are at their critical degree here at 0 degrees of Capricorn and 0 degrees of Cancer, where this is the last chance to disconnect from these old fears and these old blocks and these old ways of being and old systems that are no longer of value to us, and moving into the direction of deeper connections. This is a very critical moment of finding what that true home and that true connection is for you in your life before the nodes go ahead and switch into Gemini and Sagittarius. We're going to see a big emphasis on communication, on interacting with those around us in our environment, on the facts, the truth coming to the light. So there's a lot here that we're building up to. And remember that this is a huge moment because this is right before Pluto goes ahead and stations retrograde, setting us up for a retrograde season that will last all of 2020. So the rest of 2020 is going to merit us through this review period of looking deep within and making the changes that are necessary. And so this is a major moment right now of moving forward in your life no matter what it takes. And so, keeping in mind these fears, these blocks that are trying to hold us back, especially as the South Node is at that last critical degree of Capricorn, and it's no longer in a conjunction with Pluto, with Jupiter, with Saturn, right? They've all moved ahead. This South Node is back at 0 degrees of Capricorn. And so this is the most intense. This is this last critical moment of these fears and these attachments coming to the surface, trying to hold us back into the past. And so this is a time to break out of that and to move forward and create that new, fresh start for yourself. And keep in mind that this is a major time of action, as Mars is sitting in Aquarius right before it goes ahead and enters into Pisces. And after it enters into Pisces, we're going to see a Mars retrograde in September in Aries. So Mars is at a very powerful position here before it goes into a very extreme place of taking us through this deep review period where it becomes much harder to initiate and push the things that we want to get done in our lives. So this is a big moment right now as we're in this experience of this new moon and coming out of it here on the 23rd, that this is a big time to create what you want. This is a big time to push forward towards your goals. This is time for a fresh start. This is time to let those old things and values and systems and beliefs in your life that no longer serve you to die off so that you can start fresh here. Before we start to go through the intensity of retrograde season and eclipse season, which will be the rest of 2020. So I also pulled a card for April 23rd. I have 2 cards here. So the first card is the Ace of Pentacles. And so once again, this goes along with what we were saying here with this new moon in Taurus that we're coming off of here on the 23rd. Is that this is a time for a fresh new start. This is a time to create something new. A divine time for you to take on a new opportunity to create something new in your life, to build something new, right? So we're starting from the foundation up. This is time for a brand new sense of security, right? And that is that Uranus in Taurus that is here to break down our old structures, our old systems, our old foundation, our old values that no longer serve us, to make room for the new. So this is a fresh new start for you if you are willing to take it, which goes along with this last card here that I pulled for today, which is Yod, Destiny. And this is in reverse. So this is very extreme here, as this is calling for you to take on this moment, this opportunity to make something happen, to make something of this, to move into the direction of your destined path. And this is very difficult for many of us now as we're in this space of fear, of blocks, of limitations. Right, that South Node in Capricorn all by itself. And so there is something where we have to go deep within ourselves and find that strength and find that perseverance to build up to what is fated, what is destined in our lives. If you want the path that is calling to you, this is the time to act on it. This is the time to start building that fresh new foundation that you can work off of. So this is the time to create. And that was your horoscope for April 23rd, 2020. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, feel free to leave a like as well as a comment. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. If you'd like to share some spiritual wisdom, motivational advice, positivity, go ahead and join the group Astro Metaphysical Love and Light. I want to thank you all once again so much for joining, and I hope you all have a great day. I will see you in the next video.